Hello, how you doing? In honor of Mother Wendy. Just let me tell you, we're going to talk about some things at the front of this video. Then I'm going to recap the video. This is the Real Housewives of Potomac recap. Season 8, episode 13. Sharon is Karen. Nneka and Wendy have the sit down that we've been waiting for. Oh, yes, they had to sit down, but we've been waiting for. And some things come out about Big Head Stewie, a.k.a. Hey Arnold. If you're from the 90s and your child from the 90s, you know. And if you are a mother or parent, as I am, and let your children view the things from the 90s, then you know exactly who Hey Arnold is. They called him Football Head. Okay? But one of my favorite characters on TV from my childhood. Okay? Now let me just say this real quick. Big Sister Gorgeous one, Giselle, Miss Hale Bryant. I'm about to light your ass up. Okay? I always do. But today, I'm going to give it to you real and raw. Big Sister Gorgeous one. Now, back to Stuart Darby. Hey, Arnold, if you will. Y'all, I've been trying to tell you, when you get on Twitter and Instagram and say that there is no such thing as colorism, use a damn lie. Okay? Let's be real and honest. I have already gone over the hierarchy of the way things worked and shook out off up in DMV. Okay? If you open a history book and you break down history, then you will understand exactly what I'm talking about. Okay? I'm keeping it 150 foliage. You don't have to take my word for it. Just go back and look at it. Now, Stuart Big-Headed Darby, I really believe is a transplant to this area. She went from pillar to post to pillar to post to pillar to post till she landed on that particular restaurant in the DMV area where Smeagol, who she thought she was going to only be working for as a manager, found out on the building. I can't make this stuff up. Okay? And she made her move. Now, along with Stuart Darby and her personality, this is where it comes in that you can tell that she is quite envious of Candace. Candace's mother is a psychiatrist. Father is a doctor. And her stepfather is a doctor. And Miss Dot has real estate properties all over Atlanta. Look it up. And what did Sheila bring to the table? Bills and misery. And that is what Ashley is used to. And this is why we're telling you that she is envious of Candace. Yes, she was in the Miss America pageant. She always throws that out there that she was in the national pageant and Candace won a regional pageant. Well, we do know there is a difference between regional and national. We're not going to pretend like we don't. But Miss United States is a actual title that really is more so bestowed upon the black girls. You can get in with the Caucasians over there in the pageant that Ashley was in. She didn't win. Candace won. And not only did Candace win, Candace was an intern on the Obama administration. So, what we're not going to do is besmirch the young lady's name because she got a lethal tongue. Okay? Now, I'm thinking that she had to adopt this lethal tongue because of people like Big-Headed Darby over there. Okay? So, Big-Headed Darby is growing up knowing that she is going to have some type of privilege, even though she was raised up on a bridge. And when she saw the country club Candace, she was like, wait a minute. You mean her mother's dark skin, she's dark skin, and I don't have all these things? I wasn't born with these things. I had to lay up under a Lord of the Rings monster to gain these things. And now she is operating, as the good gospel songs say, operating under the spirit of fear. Yes. She is terrified of being without Schmeagle. Because for the simple fact that Schmeagle was her meal ticket. And I have said, and I've said it before, and I said it again, I said, look. Schmeagle been scamming people, allegedly, in the real estate business for a very long time. It's very cutthroat business. A lot of people don't know how cutthroat the real estate business is. And however, your girl is well researched, and I also researched a lot of my information on that good Donald Trump. Donald Trump was never a man to really relate to middle America. We've been trying to tell the poor Caucasians of this country, he gives no fuck about you. Okay? He panders to you. He knows that whatever you say that's salacious and somewhat racist will bring you into the fold so you can further divide this country. I said all that to say that's the system that Michael Darby operated under for years. Go research that land he has over there in Africa. All those colonized properties in Africa, allegedly. Research it for yourself. That's what I did. Also, we're going to see Senator Graves on this episode. I believe now, don't quote me, because I'm not going to go and Google. This is all DVD's research. Okay? All my research that I don't think I introduced myself. This is reality with DVD. But all my own research, I do believe Giselle's dad was one of the first state senators in the state of Texas. Okay? Or congressman. Should I say congressman? That'll cover everything, because I'm not sure if he was a senator or was he in the House of Representatives. I'm going to say congressman. That'll cover everything. Congressman Graves, R.I.P. Okay? Because I respectfully respect Giselle's lineage and her father. I don't respect Giselle. But hey, I'm a history buff, so I always give reverence to those who paved the way for us, okay? That's how I see that. Giselle is a poor representation of all of that, in my opinion. But let's get on into this episode. episode opens up with Gordon and Mia. Gordon and Mia are having a conversation about the oregano party. Notice I did not call it the weed party because there was no weed there. Okay? And Gordon likes Eddie. Okay? So he's not gonna say on camera that he had a problem with rolling oregano instead of weed. He had a good time. And plus the punch was cold. Shout out to the cold punch when Eddie's affair. And they start talking about the divorce that's never gonna happen between Hey Arnold and Schmeagle. Those poor kids in their heads did not have a chance, did they? See, remember when Ashley said her butthole got busted? That's why. Those kids have their father and mother's foreheads. So combined, they already had 10 heads. I'm talking about Schmeagle and Hey Arnold. So that would make 20 heads for the children. There was no way she was gonna be able to push that out and not tear up some stuff. But anyway, back to what I was saying. Mia is saying that she doesn't think the divorce is gonna happen either. That's for the girls who knows about country music. Hey, we did listen to country music. Okay. Shout out to Beyonce for making a country album and bringing it back to the culture. So you can know what we know. What we already know. And she is very fearful. Like I said at the beginning of this episode, at the beginning of this recap, that's what Ashley's problem is. She's operating under fear. Talked about how the mama didn't have a bite this and wouldn't throw it out of in the bridge and all that good stuff. So Mia is telling G the half-ass version of what happened at the event. Shout out to Tisha. Old dog, but you the trick. That's not how that went down, girl. You know that. You know that's not how it went down. Now, let me shout out to Karen over there on Watch What Happened Live. That was her and Dr. Jackie's episode. I'm going to talk about Dr. Jackie when I talk about Married to Medicine, but I'm going to talk about Karen outfit. She looked like a broke down Liza Minnelli, didn't she? Life's a cabaret. Oh, sure. Did she have on? Anyway, in the next scene. So we get the sit down that we've been waiting for. By the way, Robin has orchestrated a trip down to the DR, where that seems to be Curtis from Married to Medicine's real live location. Okay, so I guess it's still like breaking the fourth wall when you just say part of the show, but they're using code here and they're saying part of the circle. According to NECA, she received phone calls before she joined the group from Lebe. So we finally got an appearance from Lebe, baby. Okay. And this seems to be a person who has sown more discourse in this group than the damn people that's on the show. When I saw Lebe, all I saw was dryness. And when I say dryness, I mean somebody who needs to be doused with a bucket of water. Like Tisha. Shout out Tisha over there who got doused by her cousin. Because she was thirsty. And as I said before, the only thing that I can see Wendy's mom saying about NECA is really hard to make a friend, but it's easy to make an enemy. That's not a threat. That's not something that I honestly believe that Aneka took as a threat. I don't even think that nut believed that that woman made a shrine. Now, everybody on the show claims to be Christian or and even with them being Nigerian, I'm just gonna tap into this because of my knowledge of history. It's no way that you believe as a Christian. I'm gonna go by Christian doctrine, okay? So that's Christianity, and up on the Christian, you have all these other subgroups like Protestant, Catholic, all that's under the Christianity umbrella. If you believe that, whether there are different sects under that religion, if you believe that Jesus is your Savior and He's coming back one day to save you from something, sin, I guess, then your belief is you are not threatened by a shrine. Shrines are sacred. And I don't get why anybody in the stratosphere of Christianity is making this out to be a negative thing. We're not talking about in Nigerian culture, because these Nigerians on this show, The Real Housewives of Potomac, are Americanized, colonized Christians. Okay? What part of Christianity says that a shrine is anything but sacred? If you take someone to the altar and you pray for them, that's also sacred. Now, where she crossed the line is calling this woman a witch. Submitting names to shrines, no matter how you look at it, and under the umbrella of Christianity, is not anything, like I said, but sacred. This woman brought this foolishness on this show and acted as if that could harm her. If you believe that, then why in the hell are you even wanting to be a part of this show or in anybody's presence on the show? Anybody. Foolishness. And see, this was things went off the rails with me. Because I saw Twitter and I saw how people said, oh, yeah. Wendy did it. She didn't accept that lady's apology. This, that, and third. Wendy asked her outright, repeatedly, what did I do to you? Everything she said. Well, your mother. Well, your cousin. Well, your sister and your brother and your cousin too. She could never pinpoint a moment where Wendy said something about her. And I'm not sure what is all this hate or Wendy is. I don't know if it's that thing that we have in the stolen African community where we hate people that smart. But I'm raising nerves over here. And if my children are bullied for being at the top of their class, then hey, I'm willing to accept that. I wasn't going to pretend to be dumb just so I could satisfy our need to make ourselves look like we were dumb when I was growing up. My mother taught us stuff. My mother kept our heads in a book. She read books to us. I'm not the best math student. I don't ever profess to be. However, all the other subjugations, if you will, she subjected us to them, if you will. But she was a history buff herself. She loved nature herself. And because I knew a lot of stuff that she had taught me, even growing up in the 80s, it was frowned upon. Like we were supposed to not carry on conversations where there were things that we knew. I was always, oh, you think you know everything. You think you know everything. We were talking about this the other day. Me and my sister was talking about how our mother exposed us to so much stuff. It almost made it seem like we were more advanced. We don't want to keep that negative connotation about education, now do we? We don't want to keep that thing going in the education world, that is something wrong with praising and being praised for your accolades. Foolishness. Just because Giselle don't have anything going on over there that we could praise her for other than that Lego built house, then let's praise her for that if she needs that. But to come on this show and think that this woman is out here, a mother who is also not a part of the show, just a woman who makes appearances as Wendy's mother, not even a friend of the show, to come on here and act like she's out here sprinkling fairy dust on people to make them grow warts. It's freaking foolishness. That's how the Winston-Salem witch trials came about. Because these women were extraordinary. Probably casting out one spell, but were being literally tortured and burned at the stake. Straight foolishness. And so with that said, of course Wendy is thinking of colonialism. How we were deprived of everything sacred to us from it. What's so weird to me and the contradictory here is you're going to go and steal a people with their own culture and then tell them that their culture was wrong. And their culture was something that could cast spells and create. Well, I take that back. We are magical. But that's neither here nor there. Y'all ain't ready for that. But my point is, you stole a culture. We adopted everything that you gave to us. Yet and still, all I see on Twitter from people that look like me and Wendy is that they believe in what Aneka brought to this show. When I tell you that shit make my head hurt. So they both are saying in Nigerian culture what it means to have shrines submitted. So we're not going to go over that anymore. Both of them are saying basically the same thing in this instance, in my opinion, that, you know what it means for you to be calling my mama a witch, and you know how damaging that is, and you know how it is for your mom to be submitting my name to shrine, which, by the way, Aneka has zero proof of. So, in the conversation to wrap things up about this, Aneka says that she believed that they were going to be bestie of the besties because they were both of Nigerian lineage. Let me just say this. Wendy don't owe you shit. I also mentioned how I loved when I used to watch every once in a while for appearance sake, to keep up appearances. The Indians on that show, Family Karma, all were of the same community. and they would come together for appearance sake. Notice I said appearance sake. Because what I see around here is the same thing with the Indian population. What Wendy is saying, just because we are of this population, and the same thing I noticed in the small African populations that exist throughout Mississippi, is that just because they are from a certain area, they would come together as more like family. Most of the time from the same tribe. But at the same time, when you are adopting some things of American culture, you don't have to do that. I don't kick it with everybody because they black. I have a totally different belief system as a stolen African versus most Africans in this country. We have completely submerged ourselves into European culture and assimilated. And my goal is to kind of move away from that as much as I possibly can. It is totally impossible to do as one person. I'm only one person. It is a small group of us that feel the same way I do. But at the same time, that's something that's going to have to be deprogrammed from millions of people stolen from Africa and hundreds of years of assimilation and subjugation. Impossible to remove me as one person. All I can do is educate my children, and so they can educate their own children. But my children want to be Christian, so I said, hey girls, that's the part of being a free thinker and a free spirit. When my children said, Mom, you're not Christian, I want to be Christian, I said, girl, do your thing. I'm not going to take you to a church. But whatever you subjected to down there to that school, have it. Because that's a part of being free. You are free to choose what you want to be. And a lot of those freedoms are, getting with these two, are getting meshed with American culture and then meshed with what they're bringing from over there. And those things can be very toxic, especially with this girl getting on TV, national TV, and calling that lady a witch. It is what it is, the truth. Very dangerous. And then she tries to reverse it and says that she was under the same umbrella as Wendy. I want you to think about this. People who are on the other side, even though she did apologize, and I'm about to get on the window about the apology. All I'm saying is put yourself in these two women's shoes. You are the family that's being accused of being a cursed tribe by Monica over there on All About the Tea. I'm calling her all the way out. She brought that to this show because she was riding with Monique from day one. She helped the group bring this to the show. I don't know if she specifically spoke to Aneka, probably did. But it's clear as day over there on Twitter how she tweets about Wendy, what she thought of their situation. Shouldn't have been nowhere in it. Period. You know that lady, she was submitting her name in the shrine. You know this, that ain't been one piece of in that family or interview Wendy. Just throwing out these dangerous allegations against this woman and her family. Cursed tribe or not, whatever Eddie's parents think or not, they are in America now. Okay? And I'm not saying they shouldn't hold on to their culture, because I wish we could have held on to some of our different practices and things like that. What I'm saying is you have the freedom to choose to or not live into or play up into those things. You have the choice now. Isn't that why you come to America, so you can have freedom of choice? That's my point about submerging yourself into American culture. That being said, I am totally on Wendy's side. Also, Curse Tribe, which submitted to Shrimp, because they're trying to make that out to be a negative thing, and I don't know why still. All of that is being levied against this one woman on this show. And she only has 2 people on the show that are willing to be, and I can't even put Candace in there anymore. Now, she and Candace, outside of the show, they seem to get along really well. But she only has 2 people that have her back totally on this show. And they're not even a part of the show. And that's her husband. Well, he appears with her as a family member, and her mother. None of the ladies, I can solidify that none of these ladies believe what Wendy is bringing to the table, because they are totally Christian. And that put Candace in a awkward position, because all I know is I believe in Jesus. All I know is I don't want these spirits upon me. Is this that spirit and that spirit and that spirit? See, that she even got into it a little bit. That's why I'm clocking Candace. Love me some Candace, but that's why I'm clocking her it right there. On her, on every last one of these women. Have you, as much as this woman has gotten into it with the green-eyed bandits, if you thought that she could do magical spells, would you be all up in her face telling her, I don't like her, I don't want to, da, 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 da. Would you do that? You're supposed to be scared of her, right? That's all I'm saying. Dog, I done spent too much time talking about this foolishness. This recap should have only been 5 minutes long, but I'm just saying it perturbed. I'm so perturbed at the fact that, and I've been saying this in all of my recaps about how I feel about how they're treating Wendy. It's amazing to me. Now, Wendy slipped and slid right on out of that conversation about her calling old girl a crackhead, but I am a person who is very perceptive, and I am the queen of sarcasm. So I damn well for sure knew she wasn't being literal. That was just a retort to what she was saying about her mother. Now, even though I don't think Nneka believes her mama is a witch, it carries a very different connotation culturally, being a witch and a crackhead. A crackhead can't do anything, but witches can, do all these things to make you something else, create something else about you. I'm trying to be politically correct on this. So that's why I'm not saying what witches are accused of doing, but we all know what it is to mean a witch just by knowing what they can achieve by casting spells. Okay? And that's that on that. Because, in African culture, and I'm not understanding what's the problem with them on that too. In African culture, it's clear you have your witch doctors comparable to the American Indian or the American Native American shaman. I am trying to give education and connotation in a recap. Let me stop. Moving right along. Now, as a woman, I can honestly say that I feel bad because the lady was crying, Aneka. But you did this pretty much to yourself. because you let the other ladies run with their narrative that she wanted to be the only Nigerian on the show. You let them run with the narrative where you believe that her mom was a witch, and then you came right out and said it in the hoodoo voodoo. The only thing that I can give you credit for dispelling was the Osu thing, and you didn't really dispel that. You just said that Ashley was the one who brought it to the table, and it didn't help your situation. You didn't say exactly that she wasn't from this cursed tribe, because like I said, even though you knew them in past, then you knew what the rumors were. You knew what the rumors were from when her and Eddie first got on this show, and Eddie said that his mother had 0% to do with her own grandchildren over some cursed tribe BS. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. And with beliefs, they cause you to have so many restrictions on what you can do in life. It is amazing to me that most of these people are now living in America, and that has caused the type of rift for someone to not have contact with their blood relatives. And a NECA played into it. I don't care if Jesus himself comes down and says that Andeka was innocent. Not in my eyes. You cannot make me believe that there was not some kind of knowledge as to what had been said about her. Her pretending like she knew her in passing. If you knew that much about her in passing, then you know what's been said about her in previous seasons about this cursed tribe BS. You know it. And then I'm going to leave it there. Because, like I said, I did feel bad for her when she cried. But definitely, this is not no innocent shrieking violence here. Why they didn't blur out Pastor Jamal's face? I thought he said he didn't ever want to be on the show again. I would have been happy if they blurred out his face. I can't. Ooh, baby, when I get mad at myself when I think about how I liked him, how much I used to tune in every Sunday to see him pastor on TV. Baby, did I just know that I was just standing there in the background looking at the devil on my TV, allegedly. By the way, it was a great moment seeing Giselle with her daughters and the graduation, and RIP to Congressman Graves. Robin is the worst of the worst on this show. And I'm just so sad that Andy cannot see that. But, you know, Aneka, and after the graduation scene, we have Aneka, Mia, and Robin. I think that's who that was. Yeah, and they're talking about the sit down, and Mia's always saying that she can't move forward with certain people in the group because they act a certain way when they're around certain members of the group. So does she. I hadn't ever seen anyone on this show that lies as much as Mia. The worst of the worst lie on the show. I cannot stand Robin. I cannot stand Robin. And the thing about it, everybody who I can't stand, like going back to Little Mary Huntsville, like Kimmy, I get mad at myself because I have this intuitive spirit, and I did not breed them for the first seasons that I started watching these shows. But baby, I got them pegged now. And sitting up there still instigating. She instigated that incident with Mia and went in the first place. Now she's still pushing Aneka. Well, she don't want to move forward. You don't know. Yeah. She don't want to. She don't want to. I mean, girl, stop. That's so childish. How old are we? Are we grown? Now they are getting prepared to go to the DR, and I'm so happy that they are going to a real tropical place. Excuse the noise in the background. There's some street work going on my street. Much needed. So I can't complain. So childish. And, you know, like I said, Mia's a liar, and there she is talking about the incident between her and Karen, and still leaving out details like really literally you started everything. And you know what? That's one thing about me. Even though it's hard to get things over on me, if I start some shit, I'm gonna say I started. But I'm like, Candace, you come for me, I'm gonna come for you, and then it's gonna be you gonna get this little red thing in my mouth, and that ain't what you want. Your feelings gonna get hurt. So there's Karen and confess. Oh, okay. I personally stand. I'm in a good place with everybody in the group. No, you're not. No, you are not. Just like I tweeted over there on that good Twitter X. Girl, it ain't no way that I could be friends with somebody that throws jabs at me. That's not fun shade between you and Giselle. I'm just here to let you know. You can call it fun shade all you want to. Those jabs. And it is a difference. They're so glad Juan Dixon is not here. That Candace is a mess, honey. Talking about some. I wonder if Juan Dixon sprung for these tickets for us to go to the DR like he sprung for those hotel rooms for that lady in Canada. See, Candace, that's why they don't like you, girl. Well, here goes Catherine. Yes. Well, it was 27 years ago, and because my husband, he frequents the DR very often, and he has villas in that same area where we're gonna be. So I rang the telephone, and when the telephone rang, I said, "Hello, can I speak to Ray?" And a woman answered the phone. Karen said that she would leave her husband because he said it was the baby child. I can't make this stuff up. So no. We have made it to the doggone DR. We are at the Villa Cabo dos Gabos or whatever the name of it is. And here we go with the books. She's passing out the rooms. Kiana runs to the bathroom. Her ulcer is acting up because of the bubbly. So that's what we're going to do. See, here's my theory. Drop down in the comments and let me know if you agree. We all have heard that Wendy, Giselle knew Kiana first, or knew her from, being out there in the stylist community or whatever, because Giselle has no stylist. But what I mean is the dude Cal, her hairstylist, styles those awful wigs. But oh my goodness, Giselle. Okay. Anyway, so now Kiana is a better friend to Giselle than Wendy. Ooh, the slicing and dicing that's going on with these reels on this show. I cannot make this stuff up. You have chopped it up to make it seem like that Wendy was just too good to sleep with the friend that she brought to the show over bringing LeBay to the show. Boy, I can't make this stuff up. Y'all need to quit. So, that went to Karen. No, ma'am. No. I'm not staying in a hotel with a double. I'm not staying in a room. Robin is harassing her. Now that's agitation right there. If you want an example of agitation, that's agitation. I hope Karen gets her all the way together and snatch all those wig edges out of her head. That's what Giselle and Robin gets. See, the reason why they've had to share rooms over the years because people treat them just like they are. A package deal. That's what you do to package deals. You put them in a box together. So Karen walked off having a fit. And so being the bigger person and the head, that Ashley is, which I thought was very sweet of her. I'm just saying. She offers Karen her room. No. It's not just having a single. I want a view. I want to see one. Karen. Ooh, I can't make this stuff up. That Karen is a mess. So there's the dig and the jab in the confession. When Karen is insisting that she not share a room with someone. She's saying stuff like, "Oh, when you take that wig off, you know what you look like when you take that. What you look like when you take off your wig, Nick? Do you have any hair left with all that blonde dye? Because blonde dye will eat your roots out. Girl, you trying to say just because you hot yellow that dye job is natural? Fooling nobody. Blonde dye will eat your soul out. Ask the Caucasian women about that one. Whew, it ain't that serious. But anyway, see, those are the digs and jabs I'm talking about. Big sister gorgeous one. Think you running the girls like you did on the yard down to the Hampton. Girl, nobody do that no more. Hello, they letting the dark skinned people in the AKA. If you didn't know. And that's the reason why she don't like winning. Because I saw, and I put this on Twitter, that I saw some AKAs come out of some comment that I had made, and they was saying how she literally, allegedly, is their opinion and my opinion. She is a poor representation of their group, and Wendy is a better one. Seriously. Every AKA that has come on anything tweet that I made, they always say Wendy is a better representation of their group. And that's and I bet you any amount of money. It's no way that she's never seen statements like that. And she, what? Not the dark skin one. She can't be a better representation of an organization that was founded on the way I look, allegedly. So, and this is where I have to agree with Robin there. I mean, she's right. Had she taken Ashley's offer, she would have room with a view instead of paying extra additional funds. But the main thing was, in my opinion, that she didn't want to share. Now, a lot of people are saying, and I had to rewind this back several times just to make sure that I wasn't taking up for Wendy incorrectly again. Wendy was saying that since Ashley was about to give her room to Karen, that Kiana would actually end up having a double room by herself, which is what everybody's goal was. But no, we can't make Wendy look like she's good. She don't want to share with Kiana, and she brought Kiana to the show, and she's being mean to the person she brought to the show. You see how Wendy is? I can't make this stuff up, people. And because Robin can not read a book or a sentence, Karen eats up. She called her broken ragged ass, just like Simone called Toya. But all in this argument, all Robin can say is blah blah blah, and so they decide to, all thanks to Wendy, let's just have fun, people. Wendy said that. Wendy, everybody's enemy. Wendy said, let's have fun. So Karen gets what she wants, and she sits there on the couch and in a little funk, acting like a little child, and she gets away. But I understand Karen is triple 20. So are we gonna respect triple 20 like we do Dr. Jackie? Yeah, we're gonna respect triple 20. Let her have the room. So she finally gets the room to herself. So since Giselle is the one who checked on Kiana. Now, mind you, Kiana, I just got some sad news for you, girl. For some strange reason, they don't keep friends to this show. It's always one and done. Who still misses a scholar? I do. So, I liked her. So, I like you. But I know they chopped and screwed that and made it seem like Giselle was the bigger person in this and the better person to check on someone that she knew before Wendy. even though Wendy brought on the show. So, Giselle, have you brought any friends on the show? Oh, Sharice. I think it's Sharice. Maybe. I don't know. But I'll put it this way. You are nobody's friend, honey. Nobody's friend. But Rhop. Everybody else you see as minions. So all of the women of Potomac that are of the light-skinned variety, the clique, the khaki colored clique, if you will, come together to decide that they're going to crown Aneka the Queen of Potomac. I know that. See, that's that big sister gorgeous one ish I'm talking about. If you don't see it as an audience and talking about how good Giselle is, then you are definitely wearing blinders, okay? This woman is the worst of the worst type of human being. I don't know where she got it from. I don't know what got up in her spirit to bring such devilish energy to this group. But I've said it before and I say it again. She needs to go. Nope. I keep forgetting I don't call for valorizations. I don't. She needs to be put in a friend position or put on pause. So we get to coronation. So finally it's time to continue to separate based on color and status. So because Karen just simply made the statement that she wasn't aware of that street. And it didn't seem like shade to me at all. It's just like she had been everywhere. She said this is considered North Potomac. I really didn't see the shade behind it that Giselle did because Giselle is so messy and so devious that she decided that was shade and to cause discord between Karen, who really likes Aneka. She bestows the grand dame title and crown on her because in her mind, she's the one who created the name. You didn't think that Karen was the grand dame. You didn't feel like she was the grand dame. If you didn't feel that way, then you wouldn't have given her the title from the beginning because, honey, you think you are the grand Pumbaa of everything, everywhere, every person, every black person especially, the most beautiful. As my mother always told me, you pretty, but it's always somebody look better than you. See, mama, that's what I mean by telling y'all my mama raised us up humble. Because that right there, that keep in your mind, that's stuck in my mind. That always let me think, ooh, baby, you cannot go around looking down on people just because you look a certain way or you present a certain way. And that doggone Candace called her anytime. Now, mind you, back to Twitter, because Candace is the one who said this sinister imp will find any moment to rain down pain upon people that she thinks are beneath her. People are listen to me, dragging Candace for making that statement. Oh, she mean. Oh, she needs to be out the show. Oh, she's wrong for that. Oh, but nothing about Giselle being the mean girl and taking a title that she gave to somebody away from that person who, being that she was called the grand dame. Karen is the grand dame. Being that she is called the grand dame has made really millions off of being under that title. And because you perceived somebody is getting shade from Karen, you give a crown to somebody in a stupid little coronation. Girl, you small. You're a small, rickety individual. And that, my friends, we're going to close because, baby, if I knew her in real life, I just know that I would be telling her daily because I had a friend like her. Oh, I had a friend like this. She was in a sorority as well. I'm not gonna say which one, but we can say that they are sorority sisters. And she would take every moment to my other friends and say, I don't like her. I don't like her based on, she wouldn't say based on, the status in the community, but I knew what she meant. And I was like, you know what? I'm your friend, but I can be friends with people who you think are beneath you. And that is my problem with Giselle. She thinks, like I said, she reigns supreme above everybody, sits on the throne beside Jesus, if you will. That's Grand Giselle. I don't even know why she didn't give herself the title. I'm surprised she was humble enough to bestow the title upon Karen when she thinks she's better than everybody and everything in the world. I said the world. I didn't say Potomac. I said the world. But like I said, Potomac is very small, so she got to branch out and put her demon. If anybody's casting demonic energy, that green-eyed demon, that one right there, that's who is casting demonic energy. Like I said, I got to close. This is reality with D. Come on in while it is commercial-free entertainment. Like, comment, and subscribe. Like, comment, subscribe. Share the video. If you enjoy my commentary, share the video. There's nothing wrong with hitting that little like button when you're watching the video. Come on in. Like I said, commercial-free entertainment, only a short time. Reality with D. Like, comment, and subscribe. Oh, and please drop down in the comments and let me know what you think.